A breakthrough in the automotive world is about to shatter the status quo, leaving the electric vehicle industry trembling in its wake. In a recent press conference that sent shockwaves through the industry, the Ford CEO dropped a bombshell announcement about an innovative new engine that threatens to change the game forever. But what is it about this engine that makes the CEO so confident? What secrets does it hold that could potentially dismantle the electric vehicle revolution? Today, we dive deep into the heart of this revelation, exploring the cutting-edge technology, mind-boggling performance, and controversial implications that this engine brings to the table. Ford's automotive journey had humble beginnings in Clara Ford's kitchen, located in an apartment on Bagley Avenue near downtown Detroit. This kitchen became the birthplace of Ford's early experiments with engines. It was here that Clara Ford and her husband, the legendary Henry Ford, conducted their initial engine trials. In this makeshift workshop, Clara would feed 1 or 2 drips of Vaseline into the intake valve while Henry worked the ignition and spun the flywheel. These early experiments were crucial steps toward realizing Henry Ford's automotive dreams. The kitchen setting symbolizes the grassroots origins and resourcefulness that characterized Ford's early days. Ford's remarkable automotive career truly began with the development of its first hand-built engine. The engine consisted of a simple black iron pipe that had been bored and honed on the inside to accommodate a piston with a bore diameter of approximately 1 inch. It utilized a straightforward rod and crank arrangement connected to the flywheel starting handle. The remaining components of the engine were sourced from common hardware and plumbing supply stores. Despite its simplicity, the hand-built engine sputtered to life over the sink in Clara Ford's kitchen, marking the realization of Ford's earliest dream. The cylinder, a basic piece of black iron pipe, served as the foundation for the engine. It was meticulously bored and honed to ensure precise dimensions. The piston, connected to a rod and crank arrangement, transformed the reciprocating motion into rotational energy. Other parts of the engine were sourced from readily available hardware and plumbing supplies, emphasizing Ford's resourcefulness and ability to work with what was accessible. Ford's automotive beginnings exemplify the determination, ingenuity, and resourcefulness that laid the foundation for their future success. From Clara Ford's kitchen to the development of the first hand-built engine, these early experiences set the stage for Henry Ford's remarkable contributions to the automotive industry. Now that we have learned a little about the history of this record-breaking company, let's dive into the engine that skyrocketed the charts. Ford Motor Company has unveiled the Godzilla engine, a new 7.3-liter gasoline V8 engine that is often referred to as Godzilla due to its impressive power and performance capabilities. The engine was primarily designed for use in Super Duty trucks and offers exceptional performance and durability. One notable aspect of the Godzilla engine is Ford's departure from its previous focus on the modular or Coyote platform. The company decided to deviate from the modular or Coyote design that had been in development for over 2 decades and instead opt for a cam block design with pushrods and wedge-style heads. This departure allowed Ford to create a unique engine that combines power, reliability, and cost-effectiveness. The Godzilla engine was specifically developed as an option for Super Duty trucks, which require a heavy-duty engine capable of handling demanding tasks. It delivers impressive performance, including 430 horsepower at 5,500 rotations per minute and a best-in-class torque of 475 foot-pounds at 4,000 rotations per minute. These figures highlight the engine's ability to provide substantial power and towing capabilities, making it an excellent choice for Super Duty truck owners who require a reliable and high-performance engine. Ford offers the engine as a standalone unit, giving enthusiasts and custom car builders the opportunity to incorporate this powerful engine into their projects. This availability as a crate engine expands the reach of the Godzilla engine beyond Super Duty trucks, allowing it to be utilized in various applications and custom vehicles. It's not every day that a major OEM manufacturer launches an all-new V8 engine, let alone one that piques the interest of performance fans. However, Ford Motor Company accomplished just that last year when it unveiled its new 7.3-liter gasoline V8 called Godzilla. The large V8 engine is intended for Super Duty vehicles and generates 430 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and a best-in-class torque of 475 foot-pounds at 4,000 revolutions per minute. In reality, Ford hadn't developed a gasoline-fueled pushrod V8 in precisely 20 years, with the most recent being a 302 with 210 horsepower featured in the 2001 Explorer. The new pushrod V8 displacement is 445 cubic inches. Although it isn't intended for the 2021 Mustang, you can get one as a crate engine for swaps or custom builds through Ford Performance. The aftermarket is beginning to react with performance components. Surprisingly, the attributes that make it a powerful truck engine also get hot rodders excited. We've already seen one produce over 700 horsepower naturally aspirated and 1,450 horsepower with a supercharger. 4-bolt main caps in a deep-skirted block with 2 side bolts per cap hold the factory crank, a solid forged steel unit, together. The main journal measures 2.66 inches, while the rod journals measure 2.086 inches. Ford Modular and Coyote engines share the back of the crank, which has 8 bolts, and the back of the block. The deck height is 9.65 inches, and the top of the deck surface has a gentle cut for cubic flow. The manufacturer uses powdered metal fractured cap connecting rods that swing cast pistons, although steel and aluminum alternatives are available. The chain-driven variable displacement oil pump is an uncommon sight in the performance market. The 8-quart oil pan is deep and built of cast aluminum, and certain versions come with Super Duty and Medium Duty oil coolers mounted to the block side. The throttle body's position is not ideal for swaps into most vehicles, since foot clearance becomes a major problem. But don't worry, aftermarket intakes are on their way. The 7.3-liter Godzilla features a dry valley, which keeps the intake colder and reduces the possibility of an oil leak. The 7.3-liter presently does not use direct injection, but Ramey believes it may be added later if required. They also employed piston cooling jets to cool the pistons on the rear to avoid detonation under high loads. The valve diameters are 2.17 inches for the intake and 1.66 inches for the exhaust, with an 8.8-degree angle and a 1.8-degree cant. The world of automobiles is constantly evolving, and we'll be here to bring you the latest developments and keep you at the forefront of the industry. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling journey of discovery. Until next time, keep exploring, stay informed, and let's continue to navigate the ever-changing landscape of the automotive world together. And generates 430 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute and a best-in-class torque of 475 foot-pounds at 4,000 revolutions per minute. In reality, Ford hadn't developed a gasoline-fueled pushrod V8 in precisely 20 years, with the most recent being a 302 with 210 horsepower featured in the 2001 Explorer. The new pushrod V8 displacement is 445 cubic inches. Although it isn't intended for the 2021 Mustang, you can get one as a crate engine for swaps or custom builds through Ford Performance. The aftermarket is beginning to react with performance components. Surprisingly, the attributes that make it a powerful truck engine also get hot rodders excited. We've already seen one produce over 700 horsepower naturally aspirated and 1,450 horsepower with a supercharger. 4-bolt main caps in a deep-skirted block with 2 side bolts per cap hold the factory crank, a solid forged steel unit, together. The main journal measures 2.66 inches, while the rod journals measure 2.086 inches.